Happy Monday and welcome back from spring break. I'm so excited to see you guys this week. I hope you all had a really wonderful spring break and I can't wait to hear about it. We're going to get started this morning with some reading and we have a brand new story this week. Our new story is called Peter and the Wolf. This is one of my favorite ones. I think you guys are really going to like it. It has a lot of music, it has some really cool animals and characters, and some really awesome instruments. So, we're going to get started today with talking about our objective, and then we'll be hearing our brand new story. So let's get ready for our objective. I hope you all remember our objective chant. Let's do it together. Objective is what we are going to learn. I can answer questions about a story. So we're going to be answering questions about our brand new story today. Let's think about what we're going to need to use to help us to master this objective. So if we're answering questions, let's remember we pointed to our mouth, right? We're going to be needing to say the answers out loud. So even though usually we would do this in class as a group in a discussion, today you're going to be hearing the questions and then at home you'll be taking a video of your answers to send to me. Now when we're hearing a new story, what do we need to make sure that we're using to listen? Our ears, very good. We're going to need to use our ears. Definitely need to have those listening ears out today because this is the first time that we're hearing this story. Another thing we're going to need to do is definitely use our brain because we're going to need to be thinking about those answers. So we're going to listen to the story now. Make sure you have your listening ears on. If you would like to take out your mini book, since it is already made for you, you could take that out of your packet. It's in your new packet that you picked up today, and you can use it to follow along with Peter and the Wolf. All right, TK, let's go ahead and hear our brand new story. Here is Peter and the Wolf.
CD5 Track 1, Peter and the Wolf. Peter and the Wolf is a very special story because it is told with the help of music.
Ooh.
A different instrument is used for each character in the story. If you listen carefully, the music can tell you what the character is doing and feeling.
Ooh, so remember, we're going to be hearing different instruments. Instruments are things that you play music with, so like violins or pianos or flutes or clarinets. Remember in our story La Tortuga, the turtle played a flute. Remember he had his little flute that he would play music with? That's an example of an instrument. So in this story, there's different instruments and they can tell us what the characters are doing or how they're feeling. So please make sure you have your listening ears out. See if you can hear the music and what it might be telling you about the character. What's really cool about Peter and the Wolf is that there's a different instrument for each character. So maybe for another lesson, we will go over what instrument is for what character. So today we're just going to be hearing it and answering questions after. So let's make sure we're really listening.
Early one morning, Peter opened the gate and went out into the big green meadow. A little bird, who was Peter's friend, was in the tree near the garden wall. All is quiet, the bird chirped gaily. A plump duck waddled into the meadow. "Oh ho," twittered the bird. "What kind of bird are you if you can't fly?" This made the duck angry, so it snapped, "What kind of bird are you if you can't swim?" Then, with a shake of its feathery tail, the duck dived into the pond. Back and forth, the duck and the bird argued. The duck swam in the pond while the bird hopped along the bank. In fact, they were so busy arguing, they did not notice the cat sneaking through the grass on its velvet paws. The cat crept closer and closer to the bird until, "Look out!" shouted Peter, who was watching nearby. With a flutter of wings, the bird flew up to the top of the tree. The cat thought to itself, "It isn't worth it to climb up that tree. By the time I do, the bird will have flown away." Just then, Peter's grandfather came out into the meadow. "Peter," grandfather called, "I have told you many times not to wander into the meadow. I know it's beautiful, but it's also very dangerous. What if a wolf should come out of the forest? What would you do then?" "I am not afraid of any wolf," Peter said bravely. But it was no use. Grandfather took Peter by the hand, led him home, and locked the garden gate behind them. Just as Peter left the meadow, a thin gray wolf did come out of the forest. In a twinkling, the cat sprang up into the tree, and the bird twittered and fussed. The duck saw the wolf too. The duck was so excited and bothered that it quacked its way right out of the pond. No matter how hard the duck tried, it just couldn't get away from the hungry wolf. All at once, with one big gulp, the wolf swallowed the plump little duck. But the wolf was still hungry. Round and round the bottom of the tree he paced, never taking his eyes off the frightened cat and the bird. Peter was watching everything from behind the garden gate. He was not the least bit afraid. Quickly he found a strong rope. He climbed onto the garden wall and up into the tree. Peter whispered to the bird, "Fly down and circle around the wolf's head. Keep him busy so he won't notice me, but be very, very careful." The brave little bird flew around and around the wolf's head. The wolf snapped at the bird, first this way, then that way, but the bird was too quick, and the wolf could not catch it. Meanwhile, Peter tied one end of the rope to the tree and made a loop at the other end. Carefully, he lowered the loop down until it was around the wolf's tail, then quickly he pulled it tight. The more the wolf twisted and turned, the tighter the loop held his tail. Oh, how the wolf growled and snapped. He fought wildly to get free. Just then, horns rang out of the forest, and soon 3 hunters on horseback appeared. They had been chasing the wolf. "Oh ho!" laughed Peter. "There's no need to hurry. I've already caught the wolf." Come, let's take him to the zoo. Well, you can imagine that triumphant parade. First came Peter, who was rather proud of himself. Then came the hunters, leading the wolf. Then came the cat, who was careful not to get too close to the wolf. Then came Grandfather. And if you listened very carefully, you could hear the duck quacking away inside the wolf. The wolf, in his hurry, had swallowed the duck whole, so the duck was still alive. Above them all flew the little bird who chirped merrily. Look at us! What a brave pair we are, Peter and I. We have caught the wolf. So, Grandfather and Peter and his friends all lived happily ever after.
That is the story of Peter and the Wolf. So we're going to go back to the board and hear our questions about our story. And we'll be hearing the story again this week, so I hope you liked it. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed that story. We'll definitely be hearing it more over the next 2 weeks. But we're going to go ahead and go over our questions. So remember, our objective was to answer questions about a story. So we just heard Peter and the Wolf, and now we have 4 questions. I'm going to be reading these sentences. These are going to be the questions that you will take a video of your answers for. All right, so here are our questions. Number 1, why did Peter go to the meadow? Why did Peter go to the meadow? Number 2, how did the animals feel when they saw the wolf? So I'm going to be looking for feeling words for that question. How did the animals feel when they saw the wolf? Number 3, why did Peter climb the garden wall? So during the story, Peter climbed the garden wall. Why? Why did he do that? Number 4, how did Peter catch the wolf? So what did he use? How did he do it? Maybe you could give me the tool that he used. How did Peter catch the wolf? So those are your 4 questions that I need you to answer. You're going to take a video of your answers and then submit it to me. And I will see you back here for Handwriting and Phonics.